Hello, hello. We are on lesson 317. I follow in the way appointed me. So, God, what would you have me do today? Oh, run late? Okay, sure. Have no respect for time today. Got that. Doing well. Here's lesson 317. I have a special place to fill, a role for me alone. Salvation waits until I take this part as what I choose to do. Until I make this choice, I am the slave of time and human destiny. But when I willingly and gladly go the way my Father's plan appointed me to go, then will I recognize salvation is already here, already given all my brothers, and already mine as well. So you've got a special role. You've got something that you were chosen to do, that Father appointed you to go. Are we doing our Father's will or not? 317 goes on to say, Father, your way is what I choose today. Where it would lead me, do I choose to go. What it would have me do, I choose to do. Your way is certain and the end secure. The memory of you awaits me there, and all my sorrows end in your embrace, which you have promised to your Son, who thought mistakenly that he had wandered from the sure protection of your loving arms. And that's it. I follow in the way appointed me. Tina Jesus for lesson 317 said, yeah, there are 1,000 routes to heaven, but you seem to be on the Course in Miracles route with this blue book. So as you do your lessons, you transform your mind, but this maybe isn't the right path for everyone. There's 1,000 routes to heaven, and there's dozens upon dozens of opportunities to surrender to God's will. They're synchronistically shown to you all the time. The information will find you. It might be a book. It might be a testimony that somebody gives you. You might have a dream about it. There are so many ways that the information is trying to get to you. There are many opportunities to surrender to God's will. And when you do that, even though the ego will kind of kick and scream because it doesn't want to surrender to anybody, you transform your mind when you surrender to God's will. So you need to trust big time. Trust that the means will be given you. Trust it will be given. Trust your work will be given you. Every day, watch for the little things inside of you that don't sit well. That's your work for the day, to transform that, to forgive that, to hand that over to the Holy Spirit. Jesus said you don't need to go looking for this stuff. Don't go looking for the problems within you. Don't worry. Trust. It will be shown to you. Have faith. You are guided in all things. And this happens when you want to surrender to God's will. And in order to do that, you need to let go of illusions. And this just happens naturally. Illusions no longer satisfy you. This is disillusionment at its best. It may include a dark night of the soul as you're letting go of all the things, all the illusions that you held as your will. But now it is time to surrender to God's will and trust it will all be shown to you. Yeah, this is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. It just goes round and round in circles. You know it's good when you can just be like, yeah, this and that and this and that. I got to trust that the means will be given to me. I got to trust I will know the road out. Got to trust it will be given me. I got to trust that my work will be shown me. I have to have faith. I need to trust I am guided. I need to trust in God's will as my will. I need to trust that the information that I am learning and A Course in Miracles is serving me. And the way you can trust that is that your life gets better. you are happier. You are more joyful. You are not fighting. You have peace of mind. You are stepping out of the energy of conflict. You are no longer listening to the ego thought system as much, and you are listening to Holy Spirit. You are giving Holy Spirit every thought, and it is good. You know you're on your route to heaven. So transforming your mind. I got a whole bookshelf full of books, I'll tell you that. Sometimes I get people say things that, are somewhat testimonials. God, I hope Holy Spirit's not trying to communicate to me in my dreams, because they are bizarre. They do not make any freaking sense whatsoever sometimes. So I don't know. I rely on books myself, because my dreams be bogus. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 317, Insights. I follow in the way appointed me. Do I want lasting happiness that does not come and go? Do I really want peace of mind? Then I will be willing to let go of my false ideas. I will remember that on my own I do not know what anything means. I will be willing to step back and open to the source within that knows the difference between what is real and what is not real. I have been blinded by choosing illusions of separation. I need the help of the Holy Spirit to return my mind to peace. I need to be quiet and listen. What I receive from my constant companion will be perfect. It will come in a form that bridges me from where I think I am to an awakening to my true identity. Then I will realize that I never left heaven. Dreaming dreams of separation on a distant shore does not make reality. Everyone in this dream world of separation is still as God created them. They are still one in perfect love, and this can never change. The belief in separation and the guilt that came with it made images that put terror in the heart of the dreamer. Now is the time to open to the reality that these dreams never happened, even though they appear very real. Now, as we look through the body's eyes, we recognize that what we are seeing comes from the thought of separation projected outward, and separation could never be true. Gradually, we stop being fooled by these false images of separation. With Holy Spirit's help, we gradually learn to see with the inner vision of Christ instead of believing what the body's eyes show us. With Christ's vision, we see beyond the body. We see the formless spirit of love that has never changed behind the illusions of separate bodies. Gradually, we learn to focus on the truth instead of the ego's lies of separation. Stepping back and listening to Holy Spirit's correction of my perception is how I find the way that is appointed me. It is how I am able to remember the truth. It is how I will be led to an awareness of the one Christ mind. I would follow. I would not lead. I trust that the Holy Spirit knows the way for me and will guide me home as I let him. When the Course says this is a required course, it is saying that we all must forgive the illusion of separation. Let it go. That is the way appointed us if we would return to the full awareness of the heaven we never left in truth. Forgiveness is our vocation. As we learn to dedicate every moment to taking every thought to the Holy Spirit for his clarification, we will join with his thought system more and more. The idea of individuality and independence becomes less and less appealing. The ego treasures independence and tries to make it look like it is independence that gives us worth. It does not tell us that to have independence, we must deny the source of all strength, all value, and all love. The Holy Spirit shows us that our happiness and our strength come from our unity with each other in God's love. And so, the way appointed to me today is to bring my thoughts to the Holy Spirit and let him teach me of my unity with love. Let him teach me of the innocence and the loveliness of my brother, who is one with me. Let him teach me what is valuable and what is valueless. Thus will I follow in the way appointed me. Individuality is becoming less and less appealing to me, and the fact that I realize this is truly a miracle. Today, I look for miracles in my life, and when I choose to follow the guidance of the Holy Spirit, I am able to see them. Today, I realize they were always there, but I was so into myself alone that I never allowed myself to experience them. Today I choose to follow the way of my Father. It's the only way to go. pathwaysoflight.org. Yes, so if forgiveness is our true vocation, I can't wait till that paycheck comes in, because I have definitely dived deep into forgiveness work. And in a way, a lot of it I feel like was counteractive because I was trying to logically figure out forgiveness. And then I was frustrated in forgiveness for a long time because it wasn't happening. But now I realize that it didn't happen because I never I didn't give my thoughts over to the Holy Spirit. I held tight onto them. So you got to have a willingness to let go, to hand over every thought to the Holy Spirit, and really want your mind to be healed. Like, would you rather be happy or be right, according to the ego's definitions? And that's difficult to do when you've been hurt, you've been betrayed, like the story is somebody definitely did something wrong to you. Your mind wants to hold on to that. The ego wants you to never forget. The ego wants to feel justified and right over being happy. But there comes a point in your misery that you will decide that it is better to be happy than to be right. At least that was helpful to me to finally be like, okay, I'm absolutely ready to see this as an illusion, because it is withholding love from me. It is keeping me unhappy. It's keeping me sad. I was ready, beyond ready, to transform my mind. So yes, the opportunities, they show up. The information shows up. Everything shows up for you because you are being shown, you are being led, you are being guided. And when you follow that guidance, you are following in the way appointed you. Lesson 317, I follow in the way appointed me. I have a special place to fill. I have something here, I guess, that I'm supposed to do, right? Yes, salvation waits until I take this part as what I choose to do. So until we do this, we are slaves to time. We are slaves to time and human destiny. But when we are willingly and gladly choosing the way appointed us, when I willingly and gladly go the way my Father's plan appointed me to go, then I will recognize salvation. It's already here. It's been here. It's waiting for me. It's given to you. It's given to everybody. It's mine. But now we are actively choosing it. So choose today the way appointed you. Choose today. With your free will, choose to be guided. Choose to be led. And everything promised to you is waiting for you. So anyways, that's that. Do it. Do all the things. Lesson 317. I follow in the way appointed me.